Alright folks, it is time to make some pizza with pre-made pizza crust. Something easy, it's Friday night. I want some tasty but pretty quick, easy to do dinner. And personalized still, you know? So these are pizza crusts. They're pre-made, so they're cornmeal crusts. These are organic. You can use any pizza crust you like. They make frozen cauliflower pizza crust, kind of standard flour. You can buy pizza dough and roll, stretch it out, etc. But I like these cornmeal crusts. They look like this. So it's going to take the sauce really well, and then the toppings, and we'll throw them in the oven. So you need 4 things to make an awesome pizza sauce. The first is strained tomatoes. This is passata. Now, you can buy pizza sauce in the store full of all sorts of sugar, salt, who knows what other seasonings, or you can make your own. The nice thing about strained tomatoes is it's not a cooked tomato product. It's just fresh tomatoes that have been strained. All the seeds and skin are gone. Pizza sauce is already cooked. We want it to cook in the oven on the pizza, not a pre-cooked sauce that's then twice cooked. So this bottle, I'm going to pour in this bowl about how much I think I need for my 2 pizzas. Now I'm going to add 3 other things to it. Dried oregano, number 1. This is going to give that kind of quintessential pizza flavor. Now this is whole leaf dried oregano from the garden, so it's pretty big flakes. So I'm going to just crunch it between my hands here to let it go in the sauce. Got my dried oregano in there. Now, did I just pour the sauce out? Almost. A little pinch of salt. There's no salt in that tomato product, so I am going to add some. But I'm controlling how much salt goes in there. And a really nice quality extra virgin olive oil. Nice little glug of that. And that's my pizza sauce. I'm going to let the flavors meld together. Let them sit for a little bit while I prepare my other ingredients. Cheese. You can use whatever cheese you like, but best is here a fresh ball of mozzarella. I'm going to take out of the container and let just sit to drain the liquid off of it so I don't put soggy cheese on the pizza. So this is a ball of mozzarella, and that's going to tear up and be enough cheese for both my pizzas. I'm going to make mushroom ham asparagus pizza. So really, I probably only need 2, maybe 3 mushrooms. When you slice them up, they spread out. They don't take up a lot of space. So I'm going to throw this sauce on. The flavors are still melding, whether they're in the bowl or already on that crust. I may need even more sauce than this. This frozen crust has kind of bubbled up a little. It's tall in the middle. Okay. So there's my pizza crust, ready to go. And I've got my oven already preheating up to 425. Pizza likes a hot oven. Italian thin-style pizza crusts are cooked in a wood-burning oven that's up to like 800 degrees. Most home ovens only go up to 450, maybe 500. So depending on what kind of pizza, you usually want to whack it up pretty high temperature. Okay, so I've got my sauce. Now I'm going to slice my mushrooms. I like to give mushrooms a quick wipe. Dry paper towel here, and just wipe the cap. A little bit of soil, dirt might come off. You might even kind of wipe off one layer of mushroom, and that's fine. Okay, now a medium thickness slices here. And I'm going to set those around the sauce. You could put zucchini, pepper, whatever you like on a pizza. Okay, so that was 2 mushrooms. I'm going to go for, I think, 1 more. So 3 mushrooms for both my pizzas. Now, depends how much pizza you like. This is going to serve, I would say, about 3, which might mean just 2 plus leftovers for my house. Okay. Mushrooms. Now, for my asparagus or any other vegetables, think about if you want to put it on raw or cooked. And it's only going to cook for about 15 minutes. So whatever you're putting on there is to cook in that amount of time, which might mean you cut it really thin or not too thin so that it has a chance to cook. When you have asparagus, this is kind of the end of the asparagus season, it's good to find where it wants to break and just bend it until it snaps. And the rest, this is all good to use. Whatever snaps off, that's hard and woody, and we're not going to use it. Arugula is a great thing to put on top of pizza after it's cooked. And I have some of that. I'll show you when it's over. Okay. Obviously, some folks love a bit of pepperoni on their pizza. Fresh basil is not in season yet. This is some thinly sliced ham, deli ham, Black Forest, otherwise known as prosciutto cotto on an Italian menu. And I'm just going to tear that up into small pieces. Throw it on top of the pizza. Okay, I'm ready for my cheese ball. This is fresh mozzarella. It tears apart just like a string cheese. String cheese is made of mozzarella. Go ahead and give this a taste if you've never tried fresh mozzarella. If I had fresh basil, I would be tucking it underneath the mozzarella. But like I said, it's not quite in season yet. I have some baby basil leaves growing in the greenhouse, and I should be putting out more seed into the herb bed soon. Okay, so there's my pizza ready to go in the oven. Throw that on the baking sheet and this one, and then I'm just gonna give the whole thing a little drizzle of olive oil. Those will cook for about 12 to 15 minutes, and we'll add the arugula on top when it comes out. All right, my timer was beeping. It's time to check the pizza. We're looking for a little bit of brown bubbliness on the cheese, hopefully. Yes. Okay, we have bubbles, a little bit of golden browning. That's great. So I'm going to set this up here. Turn off the oven. Never forget to turn off your oven. Now, you never want to cut pizza right away. It's so hot, the cheese is just going to like gooze and melt. So let it wait at least probably 5 minutes. Also a good idea to wait before throwing things like basil or arugula on top so that they don't just like brown and wilt and cook. But this is the arugula. I'm just going to demonstrate here. I might take it back off. That is going to be on top of our pizza. Adding some extra veggies and fresh bitterness to that hot, cheesy, umami pizza. And that was a quick, easy, tasty dinner for a Friday night.